And especially like when there is a humanitarian crisis,
Exactly.
so women and children,
Are
they
the-
suffer more.
Yeah.
And if at the top of that you have a disability as well, so it just
Exactly.
the intersectionality of it just makes things like worse.
Yeah, we have witnessed during the earthquake in Pakistan back in 2005, then 2011, 12 floods. That was huge and massive disaster. And at that time, families, they left their children with disabilities or persons with disabilities behind, and they said like, we can carry the expensive things like gold, their kettles and all, but leave person with disabilities behind, because they said like Allah will take care of them, and nobody's, that kind of mindset we have, that we are not taking persons with disability along because they are dependent or burden on them. And in that situation, we find the systems are not responsive to the needs of persons with disabilities. The disasters are inclusive, they reach out to everyone, but how we are providing the assistance, the services to them. Shelters are not accessible, they are not safe places where persons with disabilities can move, or the information we are providing are not available in the accessible formats. We now started with UNHCR to support the persons with disability, training humanitarian response workers on that. We have conducted the trainings in collaboration with National Disaster Management Authority, and that was a good example. Like, at least we are informing the stakeholders that it's your responsibility to work or identify those persons with disabilities, they are existing, how to support them. It was really challenging, like when there was an emergency response, the helicopter took some person with disabilities, because we have closely work with the local grassroots level organizations of persons with disabilities. So they somehow managed to inform the police or the army that these are the people with disabilities, they need to be secured. So they took them, carried them with a helicopter and put them on the rooftop. And the next immediate maybe 1 or 2 hours, they got the information, the emergency response ended, helicopters went back, and
Right.
there was a rehabilitation phase started, and those persons with disabilities were still lying on the rooftop, and they called us, what should we do now, because nobody is there to assist them, there is no system that exists. So then we have to work together with the UN, with the support of international organizations, rescue communities, everyone, that they have some backup plan, like how to support persons with disability, what are their needs. And it's not like we always take disability as a challenge or as an issue that it's very difficult to address. It's not that difficult. It's just like your understanding, your mindset, how to make your policies, your plans more inclusive and accessible for everyone. So then you can just immediately go and reach out to those persons with disabilities and provide them the assistance, because it's already in your plan. You know where they are. Why we are talking about a huge number, and if they are not visible, where are they? We have to take them along. So these kind of like support advocacy, continuous advocacy we are doing, and we are like providing that information to all the stakeholders, and especially the government, because they have to lead and support the person with disabilities.